you have to say?
Some weird comment.
Today it's about Silo, Season 3 intro. So we've noticed that it's kind of different, right? There's some things that are a little off about it. Instead of feeling like an elegant machine, it feels broken. So to me, the symbolism is sort of Season 1, the system worked. Season 2, the system was questioned. Season 3, the system is failing. This isn't just about machinery, it's about civilization. So the gears have stopped. This is probably the best visual for me, maybe second best. The gears represented society, order, routine, control, and now they're stalled. So they're not functioning as they should, or as they were intended. So the machine has reached the end of its design. Or its designers expected this moment. Maybe they have a plan for this rebellion or outliers. Maybe every silo reaches this point. The spiral is still there. The spiral staircase is still the central image, but now it feels less like a staircase, more like DNA, memory, time, generations, history repeating itself, gradual steps leading to somewhere higher, greater, better. The keyhole. Some people are saying it looks like a keyhole. You know, that definitely is an interesting thought about it. I guess maybe it's the key to unlocking. The silo is the lock of civilization. That there are the secrets that are stored in there. I mean, assuming the outside world is devastated completely. I mean, there is that city that's off in the distance, but I mean, how much of, information about the world is really going to be maintained in that city if there is some kind of calamity outside, which seems like there is. I definitely have a theory about that I'll get into eventually. There's more organic imagery. Earlier seasons emphasized steel, concrete, industry. Season 3 introduces more biology, something that's living and organic. Almost as it's almost like the silo is becoming alive. Whether that's people's memory or unrest or inspiration from Juliette coming back, something has changed. So maybe the silo isn't just a complex bunker building. Maybe it's intended to function like an organism, a human, maybe. The shot of the staircase briefly juxtaposed with the spinal cord makes me think about mechanical is the muscles, and then IT is the brain, and judicial is the immune system. The residents are the cells. The silo becomes one giant artificial body, and the relics become its soul. The attention to light in this intro is a little different. It's brighter. There's more sunlight, warmth, the outside world, the trees. There's more contrast, which makes sense because we're splitting between two times, and the before times are obviously brighter because they have natural light. But symbolically, it's kind of saying in season 1, the darkness hid truth. Season 3 is that light is revealing the truth, or the light is growing. The broken tree representing life, nature, memory, but now it's broken and fragmented. So humanity didn't just lose civilization, it lost its relationship with nature. The visual language certainly shifted. The season 1 intro, obviously we're asking, what is the silo? At season 3, we're considering, where did the silo come from? It's no longer about explanation. It's no longer about exploration. It's about origins. That machinery feels older. Everything looks weathered, aged, eroded. We're starting to almost like something you'd find at an archaeological site when the gears aren't working. This is what you would find if you were digging it up, in the future. So maybe that's how we're looking at it, as what the ruins that historians would find, what will be left of the silo. And the biggest theme probably is memory. I think the visuals point towards that. Broken gears, decaying structures, organic life, DNA, light. They all kind of suggest what survives, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, historically. So I think the silo is becoming a person, almost like an organism, and the legacy becomes the memory. The staircase becomes the DNA. The algorithm becomes the brain. The founders were the consciousness, and the relics are the soul. The civilization is slowly dying. Not humanity, civilization. The gears stop. The walls crack. Nature returns. The machine loses control. It's the visual story of entropy. And then another aspect is maybe it's showing that memory is degrading. Imagine every object of the intro representing memory. Architecture is fracturing, pathways disappear, everything slowly fades. This is what happened to Juliette and Charlotte's minds. It's sort of what's happening to the civilization itself. So the opening sequence may not just depict the silo, but memory decaying over 350 years. Or it may actually be charting the life cycle of a civilization rather than the life cycle of a silo. Construction is the birth, growth is the expansion, order is the stability, the control is the institution, but then there's decay, stagnation, collapse, and then memory is what remains. So civilizations don't collapse because their buildings fail. They collapse when their memory, their institutions, and their stories break down. Conflict then becomes a struggle over who gets to remember the past.